Alright, what we have here is another World of Warships video. This is Tier 7 ranked, bronze tier. Kind of went back and forth as to whether to post this video on YouTube or not because, while it's a good match, I'm not completely proud of the way I responded to some bullying in chat. So, I wasn't really bad. Let's just say that I didn't play the way one of my teammates wanted me to play, and he decided to single me out in chat. The best way to handle that in World of Warships is to not respond at all, and I did several times. It wasn't, like I said, I wasn't terrible, but I shouldn't have done it, and wasn't super proud of it. But at any rate, let's see what we got here. I'm playing a destroyer here, Japanese torpedo boat, the Shirayatsu. And my teammate, who might as well have been on the other team, it was in the Maya cruiser, light cruiser. And he was a good player. I had his stats up. He was a good player. He knew what he was talking about. So I understand why he gets kind of upset with me. But at the same time, don't single people out in chat. It's not good for the community. So in this ship, I have the best concealment of anybody on my team. So my idea on this map especially is to typically kind of hang around, come up here into the cap, maybe hang around the outside of the cap, just to make sure I can spot everybody and know who's coming at me. One thing I do know about this match is the enemy's destroyer is a Z-39, and that destroyer has 5-kilometer hydroacoustic, which can light you up anytime when you're within 5 kilometers of that ship. Whether smokescreen, nothing can conceal you. Islands, nothing. As long as you're within 5 kilometers of that guy, he will light you up. And if you're lit up in a destroyer, you're focused, especially in ranked matches where everybody's playing really close together. So I'm playing a bit cautious. And that's kind of what my teammate takes issue with. We'll pause right here and show that, see, he's actually in a really good position to support me. The cruiser is right behind me here. He's got a couple islands he could take cover behind if he starts taking fire. He's got a clear shot into the cap if I spot somebody that he can shoot at. He's doing a good job, and I understand why he's doing what he's doing, and as we'll see a little bit later, not much later, but a little bit later, he's really going to want me to push up into that cap to spot the enemy so that he can take a shot at their enemy destroyer. But I don't, again, as we said, I don't want to get caught within that 5-kilometer hydro. So I want to make sure that I know where all the rest of his teammates are before I do anything against that Z-39. I've already slowed my speed, as you can see, kind of waiting for my torpedoes to load. And now he's in A, so I know that he's coming to these caps. He's not going over here to C, he's coming over right into this AB cap area. Maya is pinging for where he wants me to spot. But again, I don't want to get caught into hydro, so I'm trying to creep up as much as possible. I haven't spotted any of the enemy ships yet, so I don't even know where they are. Finally, I know where some of the battleships are, and there's the Z-39 backing into the cap. Again, I'm a little cautious. I'm spotted by him, but I back off because I don't want to be lit up for too long while his friends are coming by. You can see what kind of focus I took just for that brief second and a half that I was spotted. And let me just pause for a minute here and say, okay, people playing ranked, you can't have it both ways. Okay, you can't have a destroyer that pushes up to spot everybody and one that survives more than 2 or 3 minutes into the match. Destroyer players are in a tough position because if they play cautiously, they're accused of not doing their job, not contesting caps, not spotting enemies. If they play more aggressively, they typically get focused down early in the match and die. I find that it's usually better to have a destroyer at the end of the match if you can. To get focused down early is one of the worst things that can happen to your team. which is why I play somewhat passively as a destroyer. But as you can see, I'm still contesting the cap. I know he's pushed up because he was afraid of my torpedoes and he didn't like being spotted. So I'm going to take this cap that he just took. But at the same time, I don't know where 3 of his teammates are. Still haven't spotted them. And as you can see, my team has all decided that they're going to push around behind this island so they don't have a shot on anybody in the cap to support me. So there's a Helena. He counters me. I don't want to draw any attention from him. There's Z39 torps, widespread. So now I don't exactly know where he went. So I'm going to push up into the second cap, see if I can't start ticking away some more points. Again. Okay, well I paused it just at the right time here because the Z39 showed up. He's right here. He came around the island and showed himself up right here. Still, my team is back here behind this big island right here. They've got no shots on him. Leipzig is already turned around this way. So even now that I've got him spotted, there's nothing they can do to help support me. And he's got me in hydro. So I'm within 5-kilometer hydro, and look at this is exactly half of my health is gone. In about half a second right there. Half of my health is gone because I got spotted in hydro and his team focused me, which is exactly what I was afraid was going to happen at the beginning of the match. So I'm trying like heck to get out of his hydro range, and I do, and get behind the smoke. My team has decided to push up through that gap in the islands now, which is fine. But I can't afford to hang around in my smoke here, even to cap this cap, because if he pushes into me with hydro, I'm going to be lit again, and that other half of my health is going to be gone. They're shooting at me blind anyways. You can see all the shells land around the destroyer here. So I've decided just to hightail it out of this cap until I can get some support. And they are coming around the island there to push into that gap. All except... guess who? You know what he's doing? He's irritated with me, so he's going to go out this way. He's not even going to contest the cap. Now I'm spotted by the Gokasa, but he's got other problems. He's got 2 battleships coming through the gap there. Warspite takes a shot at me. Helena takes a shot at me. Look at the focus that I take whenever I'm spotted. This is exactly why I didn't push directly into those first 2 caps at the beginning. Now Gokasa is going to go down because he pushed into 2 battleships. He's down. We are up by 1 ship. And we are tied on caps because they just went and capped C over there on the other flank. So I decided I'm going to try and spot a little bit in this gap. I'm not really sure where that Z39 is, and I'm not really anxious to get caught in his hydro again. So I'm just going to try and see if I can spot this Warspite and maybe help my team. Although he's already spotted. I'm going to torp into the gap here. Renown is pushing through, so I'm going to kind of kite a little bit. I don't want him to spot me, especially if he's got HE loaded. He probably won't, but HE on those things hurts. And there's the Z39. So they're all kind of hanging out over here still, except for these guys. And I'll tell you what. Oh, I didn't even notice it, but guess who's already dead? The guy who complained about me in chat pushed his light cruiser all the way up here, way away from the caps, and encountered a Colorado, a battleship that completely wrecked him. I don't know if that was a suicide move or he thought he could torpedo him or what, but there he is. Killed by the Colorado. Way to go, pal. So now we're even on ships. Still tied on caps. Those torps are looking Okay, he might catch one. He might catch the gap there. Now our Duke of York got torpedoed by their Z-39. I didn't see what happened there, but he must have torped into the gap as well, going the other way. He took a big hit. Now, because my torpedoes are getting close to being reloaded within about 30 seconds. Oh, look, I have Steam friends playing games. I'm going to go ahead and rotate back around here. Looks like the Renown is going the other way. So my idea is to cap behind him. Warspite looks like he's going down. He's trying to reverse out of trouble, and he can't. He's too slow. So the Heinrich take care of him. We're in good position here. We have one cap. We're guarding the 2 cap area. And then my plan is to try and take the 3rd. And I also want to point out, if you're playing a ranked match in the Colorado, don't do this. Don't go this far away from everything, because that boat is so slow it'll never get back into the action. Yeah, we have a lot less health than their team does, but we're still in good shape map position wise. Again, I'm going to ignore our chat exchange. You can read it if you like. It wasn't all that thrilling. Just a couple of salty old WoWs players going at it. And all of a sudden, look who shows up. It's the Z-39. He's got more health than me and probably better guns. So I launch one set of torps that way. I get kind of lucky to catch him here with one. Take him out with the other set. Now I have to pop smoke here because I'm in the secondary range of the Renown 44 and in spotting range. So if his secondaries keep pounding me like that, I'm going to be dead real quick. So the idea here was to pop smoke, sneak into the cap at the same time, which I was able to do. I'd also set a lucky little fire there on the Renown, who had grounded himself on the island. I'm not sure where he was going. He was probably trying to get his front gun swung around when he didn't realize there was an island in front of him. I got more Steam friends playing games. Look at this, all over the place. So this is best case scenario here. I was able to take care of their only destroyer, cap the last cap. Try though he may. The Renown 44 is not getting out of this one. He takes a blind shot at me in smoke and hits me somehow. But we take care of him. And at this point, these scores are flipped on the replay. We actually have 582 and they have 300. We have 2 caps. We have 3 ships to their 2, and this guy, for whatever reason, had decided to meander all the way over here. He is out. He is out of it. He can do nothing to help his team win this match. The Helena is the only one left who could do something, but he's facing 2 battleships and a destroyer who outspots him, not let alone... Oh, we had 3 ships left. The Leipzig is also still left. So this match is over at this point. We are going to win. Unless this Helena is the best Helena player ever to exist. And he's able to burn down 2 battleships, spot and take down a destroyer, and outduel a Leipzig. So at this point, I just decide probably the most value I can have to the team is to cap that 3rd cap, get it done a little bit quicker. I'm going to swing around that way and do what I can to keep the Helena spotted so that the rest of my team can shoot at him. I felt like this was a pretty good match, regardless, you know, irrespective, I guess, this is the right word, of what happens in chat, I felt like the team played pretty well as a team, especially considering that the way that the match started. And how much health I lost right at the start. Yeah, Helena did manage to set a fire in the New Mexico there. That's the only danger, really. Light cruisers do somewhat counter battleships if they can maneuver correctly and avoid the big hit. That's a lot of times easier said than done. I don't know why my mini-map was so big on this. I think I've reduced it since this since this match. It takes up half the screen. So by the time this match is all said and done, I will have captured all 3 points. Solo caps, which is my job after all as a destroyer. Almost 50,000 damage. It's not amazing, but it's not bad for ranked, and it's not bad for a destroyer. I was trying to decide the best way to... kind of positioning myself just in case he charged into the cap to try and get out of there, but it looks like he's not going to have enough health by the time he gets back anyway. Our battleships have pushed up where they can hit him hard. Just trying to keep him spotted. Although that's probably not necessary anymore either, because they're closer to him than I am. Pop smoke there right at the end because he started to turn in towards me. I didn't want him to take one last shot and take me out. Although it wouldn't have mattered for the match. Just didn't want to die. So we have to wait for the score to tick up because that Colorado went MIA. We didn't kill him all because we don't even know where he is. But he can't make a difference at this point. And as you can see in ranked, the points accumulate very quickly. So within a couple seconds, we will have won the match. And there it is. So there we are at the end of the day. Destroyed 2 ships. Hit 3 torpedoes. I don't know how I hit 30 shells. Oh, I was farming that battleship, wasn't I? Captured all 3, as I said. 5 spotted. Got a devastating strike somehow. 50,000 damage. And that translates to first on the team. And I kind of hate to point it out, but sorry, bud. Didn't contribute much. Wonder why. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time for more World of Warships or whatever I feel like posting.